Mr. Modi is getting affected, I think, at the moment by just watching what's happening, because the Congress party is, for the first time in a long while, is getting 10 times the media attention that the BJP is getting.
The basic fact that the whole party is run from top to down and the high command culture exists, and that is where partisan approach from the Delhi IICC headquarters start, and that is the reason why we face such kind of factionalism in the district.
Your questions, their answers. Dialogue at Nation Next.
A very warm welcome to both of you. Mr. Deshmukh, I first want to know, you said that Mr. Shashi Tharoor is the one who is capable of actually bringing back the Congress in power. Why do you say so?
Certainly I did say that. You see, we have to accept that the party is in problems. I would say it is an existential crisis. So we need a good doctor, if I may call, a big surgery has to be done. And like what we were talking about, the youngsters are here. The demographic dividend of what we talk, around 52% of our electorate is younger lot. So we need a person who can talk to them, who can understand their problems, who can understand the issues that they are facing, and we need to establish a contact with them. That is exactly what Dr. Tharoor can do. He can understand the aspirations and the ambitions of the younger generation of this country. So a party, a Congress party, a secular party, which is the need of the hour, because the divisive forces that are ruling this country for last 8-10 years are very bad for this country and for the younger generation. So Congress party with Dr. Tharoor as his national president will certainly get that new breeze, will certainly get that new ray of hope, and this will actually help us getting more number of people on our side apart from the ideologically committed Congress voters. So he can attract either sides, he can increase the voter base of the party, and that is why I said he can get back Congress in power, not only in various states but also in the country.
So what do you have to say about this? Because there's already a huge responsibility on your shoulders.
No, I'm delighted, because this is what many people said when they encouraged me to contest in the first place, that they were interested even more in my appeal beyond the traditional Congress voters. Because frankly, we got 19% in 2014, we got 90% again in 2019. And we need to get well beyond 20, we need to get to at least 26, 27 to make a big difference. And frankly, if they believe that I can attract some of that 6-7% back, then I can make a contribution that perhaps in our present way of functioning, our present leadership has already reached the ceiling that it's capable of. Now, I would say to you on this one that that means attracting people who don't necessarily dislike Mr. Modi. These are people who have voted for Mr. Modi once or twice. But we need to bring them back to us. They're not hardcore Hindutvavadis or whatever. They're people who, for whatever reason, were disenchanted with us or attracted to Mr. Modi and so on. We need to woo them back. And the way to do that is not just by attacking Mr. Modi all the time. It's by presenting an attractive face on our side. That's my message.
But how much do you think is Mr. Modi actually getting affected by these allegations and acquisitions?
Mr. Modi is getting affected, I think, at the moment by just watching what's happening, because the Congress party is, for the first time in a long while, is getting 10 times the media attention that the BJP is getting. And I think that must be something that, I don't know if it's keeping him awake at night, but it's something he can't avoid noticing and he can't be terribly thrilled about.
Speaking about dissent in the Congress party, it has been so vocal. And specifically speaking about Nagpur, I mean, there is a lot of dissent and factionalism. There is groupism in Nagpur in the Congress party. So I want to ask you, Mr. Deshmukh, what is it that you expect from Mr. Tharoor when he becomes the party president? Because there is clearly lack of unity when it comes to Congress in Nagpur.
The basic fact that the whole party is run from top to down and the high command culture exists, and that is where partisan approach from the Delhi IICC headquarters start, and that is the reason why we face such kind of factionalism in the district levels, and which is affecting the party at electoral success and in the cordial atmosphere that the party leaders should have amongst themselves. So now he has come up with the manifesto which clearly says that the approach will be from down to up. So when that will happen, the partisan aspect will altogether be not there, and that will help in throwing up a new leadership, that will help in getting us more common man in the party's fold, and that will generate a ray of hope amongst the common workers of Congress, and which will ultimately help in getting rid of the factionalism that exists in every nook and corner of this country where Congress is concerned.
So how do you look at this? Because you've seen Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad, or you've seen Ashok Gehlot or Jyotiraditya Scindia, there have been voices of dissent and there have been people stepping out of the party after so many decades. So how do you look at this issue of Congress?
With great disappointment, because I do believe that if you have a problem, you should try and solve it within the party. That's what I'm trying to do, is that there are things that I would like to change, but I don't think you can change a party by leaving it. You can change a party by trying to work for change from within it. That's what I'm doing. I may well fail, as many people expect me to, but I think as long as there are large numbers of ordinary party workers who believe in this prospect of change, it remains something viable, and I'm happy to continue bearing the standard for them.
But why is it that if, there are so many things that have been written about Mr. Nitin Gadkari and Modi, Nitin Gadkari versus Modi, and but still people say that no matter what, Mr. Nitin Gadkari is not going to leave the BJP. But that's not true with the Congress party. We have the oldest and the most loyal leaders who have been quitting. What is it that binds the BJP together even today?
The RSS, probably. We don't have an RSS. Well, maybe some people say, maybe our answer to the RSS is we have the Gandhi Nehru family, and so people will stay attached to the Congress because of that. But in the case of the BJP, I think that's one of the cementing factors, no doubt about it. Because the central ideology is that of Hindutva. It's the RSS's core message, it's the BJP's core message, and that essentially keeps them there. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is for other people to decide, but I would say that for me, that would be the answer to your question.
My last question is that what do you expect from Mr. Tharoor vis-a-vis, the situation that is prevailing right now in Nagpur, or maybe the functioning of the party, or maybe a revised way of working?
You call it Nagpur, Vidarbha, Maharashtra or India. What Dr. Shashi Tharoor will certainly get is a qualitative change. Change is that we want, and it has to be a qualitative change in various aspects of functioning of the Congress party as a whole. So I am sure he will get a qualitative change. He will make Congress much more fashionable. He will get Congress in vogue. He will make Congress trending, and certainly he will make Congress more breaking. So I would have my last word. Jeetenge Zarur, Shashi Tharoor.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Ashish, and thank you.
Thank you.
Nation Next, News Hub for New India.